LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised. Now, here's LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Are you insane?
Hey, it's the LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Tonight, our guest, although he's not in here just quite yet, will be Andrew Dice Clay, who, of course, I've seen and heard for many years, but I've never met. Drew, you ever met him?
I don't think so, no.
Never come on this show?
Not that I can recall, no.
Drew's been doing this show 12 years longer than I have, and a lot of people have rolled through here. Just about everybody, usually before they heat it up.
Now, be fair, this is Tuesday, 12 years, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Woody. Point is he'll be in here a little bit later on tonight. He's probably doing a gig or something, isn't he, man? Where is he?
I'm not sure. I just know he couldn't make it till 11.
All right. Well, the Dice Man will be in here later on. Now, Ann told me right before the show started that Adam Paskowitz from The Flys is on hold.
Yes, I heard.
Adam, we've had on the radio show and the TV show, most recently the TV show, just a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like the Flys.
Nice guys.
Nice guys and interesting guys.
Yes.
What a
story.
What a family.
Yeah.
The dad's like Sean Connery on a peyote tab or something, just traveling around, fixing people out of a van. Adam surfing and holding tourniquets for his dad. Yeah. So it's a really interesting story. But anyway, Adam has another interesting story, and he called in and wanted to share it with us. Adam?
Hello.
Hi.
You guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
You want to hear something funny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, please, something funny. I've been lecturing with Adam for an hour.
By the way, hello to you.
Hey, Adam.
Christmas.
Thank you.
And I'm driving over there, and I'm supposed to be at Westwood 1, which is where you guys do that thing, and I'm making a big illegal U-turn.
Wait. When?
Just tonight. I had some other stuff I had to do over there for K-Rock here in L.A.
Same studio, I see.
And so I'm making a U-turn, big illegal U-turn, and then I get pulled over by the cops.
In Culver City?
Culver City. You know,
any left turn in Culver City.
Don't screw around in Culver City.
Yeah, especially turning left.
Yeah.
It's super tough. Anyway, so I get pulled over really badly. My license is expired, of course. I feel like, okay, I'm going to the river. The guy says to me, first crack, he's like, hey, you're the guy in The Flys, right? I listened to you on, Love Lines, whatever, and he says, tell Adam that, the Culver City police are not so bad. And he goes on and on. I'm listening every night, so I said, okay, Neil. He says, Neil and Lance, and I'll let you off the hook. You can go away. And they were all like stoked, and I just thought to myself, Jesus Christ, my life has actually turned into like a television show. I was there with an underage girl, no my license, all, you know what I mean? And it's like, these guys were like, they were great, man.
I never want you to associate yourself with this show again, okay?
Oh, please, Drew.
I'm going to bust you if the cops don't.
This is great. This show is like what that old KMA for 367 license plate frame used to mean, or whatever the hell that was. You remember that, Drew?
Yeah, what was that?
Do you remember seeing those around
Yeah, I had
town?
no idea what they were.
It was a license plate frame that cops and like friends of cops or family members of cops would put on their car, so the other guys could kind of know that was so-and-so's wife.
Wow.
Or something like that. And then they told them to take it off because gang members were starting to shoot at those cars.
Oh.
But the new signal is friend of LoveLine.
I tell you, these guys that, right now, they're probably sitting in their car, drinking their coffee, listening to us.
Hold on, Adam.
these-
Hold on, Drew. These guys aren't sitting in their car right now. I guarantee you.
Donut shop.
They're no. What are you kidding? They're probably involved in some kind of high-speed pursuit or something. These guys don't sit in their car and drink coffee.
City, nothing.
Wait, we had a few guys coming over here one night and stop in because Adam, you were.
I was yelling about something. I don't know. But here's the problem. It's a weird job. It's one of the only jobs in the world where if you start bitching about something, cops will show up.
Well, they must have something for you because they all know you, man.
They were very nice.
I'll tell you, they know you.
They're very nice.
Do not mess with the Culver City PD.
That is true.
First off, there's 3 of them for every one of you.
Yes.
They outnumber you. And I looked inside this guy's car. Not only do they have the sidearms and the shotguns, they have automatic weapons now. I mean, it is a full arsenal in there.
These guys looked very young. They were very nice, and they actually seemed like they could be like guys that you would just see like walking down the street. But they had the brightest lights I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're stoned and your pupils are dilated that way, all light moonlight seems to hurt.
No. But I thought it was a hysterical story. I wanted to just call you. I just wanted to tell you. I didn't want to tell you on the air.
I bet they will show up tonight. That's my prediction. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, the cops are always.
They show up. No, they tend to show up when we start talking about
it. All right. Well, if they want to come by, we got some coffee brewing.
And Dice would love to meet them, I'm sure.
Hey, you guys. Have a Merry New Year.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
I'll come in again, and we'll talk sexual dysfunction.
Thanks.
See you later, guys.
Say hi,
brother.
Say hi to the family for us. Wow. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do a big donut out in the intersection when we leave tonight. Oh. I've not gotten. I got to tell you. You know how everyone complains about getting pulled over?
Yeah.
And the black man's always complaining about getting pulled over.
Yeah.
Everybody's complaining about getting pulled over. But, you know, they always break it down to a race or whatever. Let me tell you something. I used to get pulled over all the time.
Crappy car.
You want to know who gets pulled over all the time? Poor people.
Yeah.
Poor people get pulled over all the time.
Why is that?
I'll tell you why poor people get pulled over all the time.
License expired. Headlights broken.
Put it this way. When you see if you were a cop and you saw a car going down the street and they saw you in your $50,000 four-door talking on your cell phone, when they pulled you over, what do you think they're going to find? You know what I mean?
They might be pissed and want to pull you over.
Yeah,
like,
but
I get that guy.
What? No. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, 3/4 of pulling people over is just to kind of see what they got in the car. It's not all about traffic violations. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you saw you in your expensive four-door car in your pressed collars, sitting up straight, talking in your dictaphone with the opera music blaring, you pull you over, what do you think you're going to find? Some ammunition in the trunk, some heroin, perhaps a body.
Oh, you've been in my car.
Nothing's going to be expired. Nothing's going to be overdue. There's not going to be any warrants. They pull you over. They're going to give you a ticket for a rolling right, or they're going to give you a warning or whatever it is. Yeah. But then you see some guy coming in, and the muffler's dragging, and there's a no fat chicks bumper sticker on the back window, and he's got a wire antenna. He's got a wire coat hanger where the antenna used to be, and the tabs are expired. You pull this guy over, you get the feeling he's probably drunk, could be drunk. You know, there's 50-50 chance the guy's drunk. It's 2 a.m, right? Mm-hmm. He's probably going to have a warrant out for him. We're probably going to find some weed in his car. Maybe we'll find a gun under his seat.
But this is
that's just the way it goes.
You're describing yourself as you were in that day.
I used to drive beat-up cars with
warrants.
With warrants, yeah. I had aluminum level dragging from my car for a couple of days once. At one of the guys I work with tied a rope to my bumper and I dragged it around. But I used to get pulled over all the time, and it wasn't because of my race. Although I'm telling you that I'm sure that's a factor too. I mean, not being white, I'm sure I would have got pulled over more if I was black. But all the people that complain, all you black people that complain about getting pulled over, that I guarantee that Bill Cosby does not get pulled over that much. I guarantee you that Colin Powell does not get pulled over that much because they're driving a Mercedes and they're wearing driving gloves and a $700 sweater. People that get pulled over are poor people. And poor people drive beat-up cars, and poor people don't have insurance, and poor people have warrants, and poor people are drunk, and poor people got a roach clip, and poor people this and poor people that. That's who gets pulled over. Ever since I made a few bucks, got a decent car, got insurance, everything, I've been pulled over. I'm dying to get pulled over now. I got everything in order. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The irony is now that I'm really prepared to be pulled over, I don't get pulled over anymore.
I get pulled over a lot and hassled.
Yeah, but you drive 85, 90 miles an hour. You don't get pulled over near as much as you should for the speed that you drive. Drew drives so fast that he has to scrape the front of his car in the driveway when he pulls in and pulls out. He can't even slow down enough to do that.
Now, I've driven behind you home, and you go about the same speed.
Yeah, but I'm like a panther. I got stealth going for me.
You have some radar.
I'm so freaked out about cops that I actually look in the rearview mirror more than I look straight ahead. My head is on a swivel. I'm like an NFL linebacker dropping back into his pass coverage. When I drive, I'm just like this. And if I see a car with a different colored door on it or something because it got Bondo on it, I immediately slow down. I mean, the first thing I trigger is cars with two tones. Anything. Car with ski racks behind me, 7 miles behind me. I see some ski racks pull up, I slow down. So I just constantly look everywhere. I want to get one of those radar detectors, too, but I never get pulled over. Stephanie.
Yeah, hi.
You're 18.
Hi.
What's going on?
I'm calling because I really don't know where else to turn to for help. I'm still a virgin, and this has really been bothering me lately. It's like I feel like everybody else I know is sleeping with their boyfriends, and I'm just like...
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Maybe just having a boyfriend or somebody that really cared about you would sort of take the heat off, as it were. You know, it sounds like you're just sort of jealous about the closeness and the relationships and the things that other people are enjoying. No?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's like I am like hating myself about this. Like, what's wrong with me, you know?
You a big gal?
No, no.
This is a choice on your part.
What?
This has been a choice on your part?
Sort of. I mean, I've had the opportunity, but not, like, very recently and not with anybody that I'd really want to.
Yeah.
Have you had a boyfriend?
Yeah, I've had boyfriends, but not in the past couple years.
Nobody really gets to have sex with the people they want to. You just settle. That's about 90% of sex. And then even if you do get to have sex with the person you want to have sex with, 3 weeks into it, you don't really want to have sex with them either. So, I don't know, why is that? You got a lot of tang when you were younger. You were good looking, pre-med and all that kind of stuff. I always felt like I was settling. And I'm sure they did too. Oh, man. Man, did they feel like they were settling. But Stephanie,
Yeah.
here's the bottom line. You get whatever you, not necessarily what you like, but what you deserve and want. I mean, what you go for. You know what I mean? I mean, if you don't have a boyfriend, ultimately it's because you don't want a boyfriend.
Right.
On some level.
Right. Right?
Okay.
If you wanted a boyfriend, you'd have a boyfriend.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I want a boyfriend, but...
Yeah, but it's almost like it's almost like like saying I want a dog, but 2 years goes by, you don't get a dog. And then you always have a reason, I'm not around, I can't this. But ultimately, if you really wanted a dog, you'd go get one. You'd go get a boyfriend if you really wanted one.
But I'm not like one of those people that just... I'm not very outgoing, and I don't meet people easily, so... I don't know. It's hard for me to meet boys. I never know what to say to them, and...
All right. That's you have a place to start anyway. You know what the problem is. You need to meet more people. Are you at school now?
Yeah.
College?
Yeah.
Living
I
at
just started.
new school?
Yeah, I just started a new school.
You living at home?
Yeah, still live at home.
Yeah? What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, if you go away to college, you're sort of thrown into a community. You become a member of that community as opposed to a school you commute to.
Oh, true. You don't know how you don't know how good you had it. College is really sex camp with books. That's what they really ought to call college, sex camp. I mean, what a difference. I mean, there's a big difference between you turning 18 and going to work, you turning 18 and living at home and
going to junior college,
riding your Schwinn apple crate down the street to the junior college,
right.
And you just shipping off and going to Boston or going to New York or going to Iowa or going wherever.
These college tours, and each one he just expresses intense envy at what these kids had that he didn't have.
I can't stand to hear anyone complain
about college.
Yeah. I tell them it's like what do I call it? College like a brothel with a bell tower
and now they all have
a football team.
They all have these beautiful gyms and sort of athletic facilities.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Man, we've seen some amazing facilities. Right?
I swear to God, we travel around. We go to these colleges. Drew and sometimes me want to go work out because we've been on the road and we're getting a little frayed around the edges. We want to go. Pump some iron or jog or do something like that. In these places, every one of these colleges we go to, even these little colleges like Drake, I mean, there is 2 basketball courts for every kid who goes to Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, they have these multi-million-dollar facilities.
Yeah.
They're amazing, state-of-the-art weight equipment, indoor hoops, hardwood floors. I mean, Olympic swimming pools.
Yeah.
It completely at their disposal.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that the Denver Broncos don't have that kind of training facility. It is absolutely amazing.
You didn't see the Central Florida thing I went to.
No.
Oh, I was
I
unbelievable.
was masturbating.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, please do not interrupt that. I was trying to soil the hotel room. Mike,
Hello.
you're 17.
At least till April.
What's that?
I don't know what that meant.
No.
Mike, what'd that mean?
At least till April, my birthday.
And that's funny.
Oh, at least till April.
Okay.
I see.
You're 17.
Okay. You're going to make a great uncle one day. Picture Mike when he really hits his bad. People don't hit their bad comedic stride until they get into their late 40s, early 50s, you know? They tell you the same joke year after year and laugh their ass off.
Maybe that's my problem.
You're going to be good. Yeah. All right, anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Well, basically, I guess what it is just like I go out to parties, stuff like that. I go off my friends. I mean, I talk to women. Nothing weird about me, too weird, except my bad humor. And it's like I meet these girls. I'm a nice guy and everything. That's what they all say. Good person to be friends with. But if I ever want to try to go out with them or anything, like, oh no, I can't do that. You're too nice. You're just a friend. I mean, basically, what I'm trying to figure out is like if there's anything I'm like putting out, or is it them, or what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
These are girls at school?
Girls at school, girls my friends know, girls from
Is there anything
around the area.
High school?
Yeah,
Yeah. You a good student?
decent, but yeah. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm a nerd or anything. I mean, I do sports and stuff too.
You do?
I play football and track.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
What do you do in track?
I throw the shot and discus.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty slick.
Yeah, so it's not like-
Discus. Yeah, I didn't even think we could afford a discus. We took you know what we did? We took a Frisbee and we filled it with cement.
Oh, that's discus.
Yeah. But discus, it seems like a high school kid could hurt somebody with one of those things. You know,
I got hit in the head with those once. That hurt.
Oh, man.
yeah, it's like you have a bong load the night before. Now you're spinning and spinning and spinning, and you launch that thing. I mean, you can launch that thing right into the bleachers. All
I
right,
went to the river once.
so you play football, you throw the discus, and you put the shot.
Yeah,
Sounds all right. You a husky kid?
little large, but it's not like really fat or anything.
Yeah, let me tell you the two things that'll kill you in high school when it comes to the trim. I had both these things working against me. Husky, sense of humor. I don't know what it is. You know, chicks always talking about the guys on the football team. Maybe the wideouts, the DBs, and the quarterbacks. Perhaps the flankers, the guys in the skilled positions.
Yeah.
You show me a guy's 5'11", 245 in the 11th grade. I'm going to show you a guy who's playing guard or something.
Yeah.
He ain't getting laid.
Yeah.
No way. No way Vince DiGiacomo was getting any trim. Huge calves on that guy.
Oh, right now I just like to have a date right now. I don't care about anything else.
Yeah. What size are you?
I mean, what position or
What
whatever?
do you weigh in at?
What do you weigh?
About 6 foot, 225.
6 foot,
225.
225.
Good size.
Yeah, that's
We don't
that's,
know.
that's a little bit. I don't know. It's
All
going to
right.
be tough with
But
the
there's
chicks.
something up. I mean, there's something up here with the way he presents himself, who he's choosing to go after, how he approaches them.
Yeah.
Some of my friends say I sometimes try too hard, but
Yeah. You may.
The
You
nice and the desperate are both is a killer combination.
may. Yeah.
in high
Don't
school.
talk. Try to sulk. Women like, especially in high school, they like it when guys sulk.
And you're too nice is nonsense. There's no such thing.
What do you mean?
Although he may be going for women that sort of, you know.
All right. Listen, I'm going to tell you what I wish someone would have told me. You need to lower your aim a little bit. You're aiming a little too high. There's chicks out there. You know, there's some who'll go out with you. You're not interested in them. You want to go out with Tammy. Forget about her. You gotta aim down toward the dirt. You gotta get started somewhere. You understand, Mike? What'd you do?
There he is.
what do you mean?
Mike, you there? Yeah, it's like a first. It's like a first job. Hey, everyone wants to be a partner in a law firm or something, but the problem is you're 14 and you're stupid. So what do you do?
McDonald's.
You go to McDonald's. Yes, you got to start dating the Grimace or Mayor McCheese or something. You understand? You need to start dating. That's what you need to do. So aim down a little bit. Don't disgust yourself. Just aim down a little bit. And I'd say slender up. You got to drop a few pounds. Chicks, they don't like husky guys.
And then
not younger chicks.
Don't graduate into friend position immediately. First, make yourself clear on what your intention is with that person. They like to see somebody who presents himself assertively.
Yeah.
Be present. Be available.
Yeah. Once you've established yourself as a good-looking skinny guy, like John Travolta, then you can balloon up later on. As long as you got some money in your wallet and a few airplanes and stuff like that, they'll go with you. But you can't just be husky. Drew, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. When I was in high school, the guys that were getting laid, and in junior high, by the way, were the sort of...
Junior high?
Oh, yes.
The 70s?
Grew up in the Valley.
Oh,
were the spindly guys.
Yeah.
The kind of guys, 5'8", 5'9", 135, 145. Guys that you'd kind of consider wimpy, but they were the guys who were getting it all. They're like kind of midgets.
Something weird happens in high school to people's brains. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Was it that way with you? I mean, not you, but do you remember the guy who got the most trim in your high school, other than you?
High school it didn't apply to my high school.
Oh, really?
Small, too...
You didn't, ascots and everything were getting in the way. That's right. That was your high school, wasn't it? What, do you remember your fight song or anything like that?
I didn't have one. I remember my college one.
What'd you...
Oh, I can't do it.
Come on, what's your college? Give me some of that college fight song.
I'll tell you in the break. And you...
From the valley... the North Hollywood High fight song was just a rip-off of the Marines
Ours
song.
was Lord Jeffrey Amherst was a soldier of the Queen, and he came from across the sea. Then the chorus was, "Oh, Amherst, brave Amherst."
Lord Jeffrey. The name of Drew's college football team were the Lord Jeffs.
Yes.
For Christ's sake. Can you imagine when your team, the Lord Jeffs, was going up against a team called like the Badgers or something, how you just get your ass kicked? Could you imagine? Did you have a mascot? It was a guy in a powdered wig, right?
No, we really have one. Didn't have one that I can recall.
It wasn't some skinny kid in wearing a judge's robe and a powdered wig, carrying like a scroll. Here. We have a list of demands we'd like to ask from the opposing team. One is that we beat you soundly.
Lord Jeff would distinguish himself in history by inventing germ warfare.
Oh, is that what Lord Jeff did?
He gave smallpox infected blankets to the Indians.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
That's wonderful.
That's what we named a school after.
Oh, right. Hey, maybe they'll name a college after these guys that let the anthrax go in the subway over in China, or Japan, or wherever the hell that was. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to try something like that. All right, Andrew Dice Clay is going to be in here a little bit later tonight. We're going to go to break. Before we go to break, we'll say that Clint over here is 19. He's engaged to a woman, but fears his attraction to men will come back to haunt him.
Is that right? Clint?
Yep.
Okay, Clint. Man, a few words. All right, hang on, Clint. We'll be back to straighten your life out after this.
LoveLine's phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.
Hey, LoveLine. Just looking at Andrew Dice Clay's bio off the internet here. Surprised to see that he was on an episode of Saturday Night Live in 1975. Yeah, what is that?
What?
All right, well, the first date is the year that the show debuted, and then his actual air date when he hosted is listed later on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was looking at the other date. That's why I was curious. All right, we've done enough rationalizing. That was 1990. He was also on in He was also on an episode of MASH, 1982. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You picture Andrew Dice Clay in MASH?
No.
Hey, F you, Klinger. F you, Klinger. All right, and Different Strokes. Now that I could picture. Anyway, he's got a new comedy album, and he's going to come in here and talk about it. Coming up real soon. Till then, Clint.
Yeah.
So you're 19.
Yep.
You're engaged.
Yes, I am.
And you think about guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm bisexual. I've known that for about 3 years. And
3 years.
I'm worried that that's going to come back and screw up my marriage or my relationship with my...
What's the hurry to get married?
Well, I don't know. I met this girl about 1.5 years ago. We moved in together after about 2 months of knowing each other, and have lived together ever since.
And you've had no desire to be with anybody else?
No. Except for attraction towards other men.
Yeah. What? Did someone do something to you when you were younger?
Sure.
No.
No?
Oh, come on.
Why are you bi?
I don't know. It's just the way I feel. It's just sexual attraction more than.
Well, then maybe he's gay and just trying to live.
When did you lose your virginity?
When I was 16.
Yeah. Nothing before then?
No.
No guy ever touched you?
Nope.
When's the first time you touched a guy?
When I was almost 18.
That was it, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing before then?
No.
You sure you're not gay and that you're just trying to cling to a heterosexual lifestyle?
No, because I do have attraction for women also.
Yeah, but, you know...
Yeah, everyone's attracted to women. I mean, women are attracted to women. Heterosexual women are into women. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're 19.
I mean, if you're bisexual and you've decided to commit yourself to a woman, then what's the big deal? You've committed to a monogamous relationship. I mean, that's like worrying when you're heterosexual that, oh my God, my attractions to other women are going to overwhelm me and I'm going to go have an affair. That means you can't commit.
Right.
You don't have the capacity for intimacy and commitment.
How many guys?
Different thing.
Clint, how many guys you been with?
2.
Mm-hmm. Is the behind still intact?
Yes.
It is.
As opposed to
just having oral sex?
Yes.
But as opposed to you having a real intense desire for same sex, that you really is your primary orientation, that you're trying to cover with a mild attraction for women, that you are afraid is going to eventually surface and overwhelm you and make you unhappy.
Well, Drew's like me. We just don't buy.
No, I do buy it, but not
I don't buy.
Not without a history. And if he were bi, then he would just say, oh, well, now I'm bisexual, but I'm in a committed relationship. That's
not
it.
only do we not believe bi, we don't buy, and we think bisexuality is saying bye to heterosexuality and hello to homo. That's what the bi stands for. I don't know how they spell it, but it's how do you spell bi? Like bye.
In many circumstances, it is, and this may be one of those.
How do you do that? Bi? Is it
BYE?
BYE? Yeah, bye. That's how they should spell it. But bye, ladies. See ya.
But bisexual.
Bye, heterosexuality. So long. I'm gonna be with guys now. Clint, where's your dad?
My dad, him and my mom live together. They are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Ooh.
So I am not, and we don't have a relationship.
Yeah.
Were they physically rough with you?
This'll show them.
My dad wasn't so much physically rough as mentally
abusive
and verbally abusive.
You hate your parents, right?
I don't hate my mother. I do have. Hate my father.
Does your dad know you're bi?
No, he does not.
Ooh, wait till he finds out. He's going to kick Jehovah right in the nuts. All right, Clint, do not get married. Do not get married for a whole host of reasons.
Not the least of which is you're 19.
You're 19. Oh, my God, I'm 34. I'm too young. Too young, do you hear me?
Everything's going, by the way.
I'm being worn down.
Yeah.
I'm losing my resolve.
You saw the therapist today?
Saw the therapist yesterday.
And?
That's all we talked about.
And?
Getting,
He spoke back to you?
The shrink?
Yeah.
Turns out I didn't speak English. I'm really getting worn out. This may be it.
I'm not so sure that's the way to go in. I'm not so sure you're Girlfriend's
I know,
What
but
is the
I'm not
problem?
going anywhere.
Oh,
I'm
this
done.
is you're
It's
this is a guy.
just-
It's a guy thing, Ann. It's a guy thing.
Get over it. She's awesome.
Yes. That's nothing to do with
It
it.
has nothing to do with her. The whole marriage thing has nothing to do with my girlfriend. It really doesn't.
I know what you're saying.
It just it's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it sounds like the worst thing in the world. See, here's what you women think. You think that you are supposed to be special enough to get us interested in this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everything is personal. It's really not a personal thing.
It's much more about where the guy's at in relation to his life, his career, and marriage in general.
There's a handful of guys out there that want to get married.
Yeah.
I don't trust them, but there's a handful of them out there. They get married right out of high school. Sometimes they get married 3 or 4 times. There's guys that just really love to get married. But
Okay, but what is the problem with you?
what is my marriage problem? Well, I never saw myself as a guy who's getting married. I just
Is that
never
because
did.
of your own family life?
Yes,
Your
that's the
parents?
fundamental issue.
Yeah,
when you have no model for a decent
Of
family.
a happy relationship.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
whoa, that's bad. Oh, am I getting to that? No. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, my parents were. They weren't raging alcoholics beating the crap out of each other or whatever. But they got divorced when I must have been about 8, and they wouldn't talk to each other for 15 or 20 years. Maybe just recently. I think when my sister got married is when they started talking to each other. So the whole thing just seemed like a bad plan. It really did. And then the other thing is I figured, hey, I'm going to be a celebrity and I'll get all kinds of chicks.
God.
Listen, half the reason guys start bands or start doing stand-up or start doing whatever so they can get some trim.
Initially, I'm sure that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's got to wear thin.
Not for me it hasn't. I haven't done it yet. No, I kind of have this feeling like...
Because you've been in a relationship.
That's
now,
right.
in order to have stayed in this relationship, there must have been something there to stay for. Because I know you've been propositioned. I know you've had every opportunity.
Well, I know. Well, of course you know. It was at the Acoustic Christmas when Ann had too many Chardonnays and hit me up in front of the ladies' bathroom. She just went, please, just one bout of oral sex.
Begging him.
Can I please go down on you?
I
She
wonder
kept
what
saying.
that was all about.
Yes, I have been propositioned before, and I've turned everything down. But
And there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah, it wasn't Claudia Schiffer.
It wasn't. No, it's nothing
Well, you know
rational.
what? That's not going to happen.
Listen, Ann, you know how women oftentimes want to get married in an almost irrational way?
Who does?
Women.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bigger than maybe it should be. It's faster than maybe it should be. It's quicker than it should be.
Sometimes.
As much momentum as some women have toward the marriage, I have that same energy about not getting married. So
You're my stern but groovy master, Adam.
you picturing that, Ann? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is not fair for her.
No, that's why I think I'm just caving in. I really do. I just.
But you got to go into it knowing that this is something you want to be in.
No, I don't care anymore. I'm just calling it a life.
He doesn't want to be in a marriage.
That's my thing.
Understand that. He doesn't want to be married. That is God's truth, no matter who it is.
Yeah, but here's...
Well, if there's anybody who's perfect for this guy, it's
No,
her.
I know that. I understand that. But I'm trying to defend this sort of effed up male perspective that some guys get, which is marriage equals death.
Yeah.
Well, she should run then.
No. A lot of guys... No, there are a lot of guys... It doesn't actually... That's not actually what they feel when they're in it. But that's their perception of what's going to happen to them.
That's right. Well, here's the deal, though. Here's what I was saying to the shrink. And I swear to God, I'm starting to believe my own rhetoric now. I don't want to get married. But you know what? There's a ton of ass I don't want to do. A ton. There's just a ton of stuff I don't want to do. And people tell me to do it. I do it. I turn out to be happy that I did it.
Right.
It's like the dentist. I know equating marriage to the dentist is horrible.
I hope
wish
she's not listening.
I wish I could come up with something better than the dentist. But there's...
I'm defending Adam because it has nothing to do with
Thank you,
her.
Drew. Thank you, buddy.
So what do you think he should do, Drew?
I can't answer. I think he's got to get over this. He's got to realize what an empty load of crap this image is about marriage. That it's not reality. You have to get over that so you can see clearly what you want to do.
And how's the best way to do that?
Well, you got to keep Drew's wife
gotta-
away from me.
he's gotta
That's
stay in
That's
therapy.
wonderful.
Well, he's
My
in
wife,
therapy. He's
my
not
wife,
getting any
and
younger.
Each half hour I spend with you and your wife adds 6 months.
my wife and Jimmy's wife need to have a talk.
Oh, Jimmy's wife. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's another good reason. I need some better examples. Gotta find someone who's
Both-
happy. I'll hang around with you and
happy.
Doug, Ann.
Yeah, we're happy.
I'm happy too.
Yeah, but you're miserable. You just don't know it.
I'm happy.
All right, here's the deal, Ann. Here's what I'm starting to come to. If I'm left on my own, I'll never get married. I just don't think I ever would. It's just not something I would do. But I understand there are many things in life I'm wrong about and many things that are good for me that I don't want to do. I don't want to go to the shrink. I don't want to go to the dentist. I don't want to get my car smog checked. I don't want to do 1,000 things. I don't want to exercise. But you know what? I feel better when I'm done, and I realize it's a better life, a more fulfilling life. So there you go. I'm thinking about marriage like exercise. Not something you want to do, but you're glad when you're done, right?
You're looking at it awfully nihilistically. The fact is, you will be happier.
Okay.
That's the fact.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy, Drew. James,
Yes.
you're 30.
Hello. Yes. Actually, I called last night after I heard the 19-year-old bodybuilder talk about his heroin addiction, and it was I talked to your screener about. It's a point of view, being on the outside, but being first-hand experiences what it's done to people. I've lost 2 friends this year.
To bodybuilding?
No, to heroin.
Oh, heroin, yeah.
Heroin overdoses.
That's
Sorry, I
right.
wasn't clear enough there.
No, I was making a joke there, James.
Okay.
It's all right. Not many
And,
people go bodybuilding.
And I lost my dad 7 years ago
To heroin?
to heroin overdose also.
Drew wasn't kidding, by the way.
Yeah, well, I got that one.
I knew it was
Well, I
heroin.
thought maybe it was some other addictive process, but
No, actually, that was pretty much his eventual choice of drug.
Yeah.
It. Out of these 2 people just this year alone, what these people don't see, and like this guy was talking about last night, it's like, well, my parents are going to kick me out.
Right.
Well, it kind of gets to the point where the people, that are close to you are like, so, tough luck. We've given you enough chances. We're sorry, but if you're not going to help yourself, you're not going to drag us down.
Well, but that's what gets the people into recovery, is if they lose enough, finally it breaks through their denial. And the problem is the people that are close to addicts keep propping them up and keep them pieced back together and keep them going and allow them to continue using. So what I usually tell people that are involved with addicts is insofar as they're in the disease, you're gone. You can't be a part of their life. You must be another part of the loss that they accumulate. But if they turn towards recovery, come on in, support them, whatever they need, be a part of it.
But yeah, they have to stick with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big thing. If they're serious, I mean, it's just such a screwed up drug to begin with. And what I've seen, I mean, my first experience was when I got to know my dad again at age 11. He took me into Oakland and said, "Oh, I'll be back in 5 minutes. There's a gun underneath the seat if somebody comes up."
Oh my God!
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, this is exactly why people don't talk about my dad.
Right.
And then again, when I was 16, I went to live with him for a very short period of time before I just hightailed it out of there. He did it in front of me a couple of times to show me this is why you should never do this. And it's sad. Basically, my grandmother enabled him.
Of course.
Kept bailing him out. My grandfather just finally gave up, just kept his mouth shut. One of my friends that died this year, he had just gotten out of detox. He wanted to load up one more time. They found his body in the back of a pickup a week after he was supposed to check into a halfway house.
Yeah.
A block and a half away from the halfway house.
Yeah.
Well, really? It was just getting the back of the pickup?
Yep.
Oh, boy. All right, James, you don't do anything?
Nope.
That's good.
And actually, this year, just with this stuff happening, I've just totally quit drinking. Don't touch anything. I've just pretty much, had it, even though it was like a fun social kind of thing.
Well, it's interesting. You're clearly not an addict, but even though you're not an addict, you've certainly kept a lot of these addicts in your life.
Yeah.
It's interesting that having had that with your dad, you certainly gravitate to these people.
Yeah, usually chicks do that.
Yeah.
You gay?
No, I'm not
No,
gay.
sorry.
I got 2 kids.
All right.
And,
You're lucky you got those kids. I take care of those kids. Hey, James,
Oh, yes.
we're running late for a commercial, and the Dice Man has come in.
Okay, great. Well,
But we do appreciate your input.
Thank you.
Take care of those kids of yours.
I will.
All right. Bet one of them's a junkie. What do you think, Drew?
Probably not, unless he married an alcoholic.
Good. All right, Andrew Dice Clay is here. Andrew Dice Clay will be here. We'll take a break, and we'll talk to him after this.
LoveLine. Be right back in a minute.
Hey, it's LoveLine. We're back. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Andrew Dice Clay is here. Andrew's got a new CD set that's available. I'll give the number out. You can get it by calling this number, 1-800-711-4499, or you can get it over the internet, www.dicemanrules, which is one word, .com. It's a 3 CD set.
You could sing the phone number. That's how we designed it. 800-711-4499.
Yeah, that's
you see
good.
What I mean? I'm good like that.
Yeah, if it wasn't the radio, we could follow the bouncing ball.
I'll tell you, it's good to be here. I've been listening to your show.
You have?
No,
you haven't.
No, I have. I've
really?
heard a lot, yeah. I'm up all night. I got nothing to do.
You're driving over here, you heard it.
You know what I mean? No, serious.
Do you
it's
live?
A good show.
You live in LA now?
What do you mean?
Do you live in Los Angeles?
Well, I'm by.
Right.
Coastal.
Right. You have a place. You have a place in New York.
Yeah.
You have a place in LA.
Yeah.
Do you need to? I mean, can you carry on?
Yeah, because I go back there a lot and I perform, and it's good to have just your own place.
How many live dates a year are you doing?
Over 300.
Oh. Drew and I did 8 last year.
It's better than doing
therapy.
a sitcom, I'm telling you. Showing up to the same crap house every day.
Yeah.
All that travel. You probably travel. All that travel, though, no?
No, but it's, even though it's a different place, a different show, and not every place, you don't go every day.
Yeah.
You could be at the same place for 4 nights.
See, Dice knows how to work, Adam, see? He likes to work.
What's that word?
I like the live thing, so I don't mind it.
I like the live thing, too, but we get it out of our system doing the radio.
No, but you see, the money's unbelievable, okay? Let's go to the bottom line. I get the most out of it creatively, and you make a great living. When you do a sitcom, it's showing up to the same place every day.
Right.
And, after the 3rd episode, I'm bored to tears.
How much do you vary the act from night to night?
A lot, because every year I'll put together a lot of new material.
And do you usually work it all out on the road while you're performing?
Yeah,
or
that's
the
rehearsals.
Where you sit down and create 45 minutes?
No, you can't do that. I can't do that. I have to be on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like this whole album, was on stage every night.
Right.
Just coming up with it. And it's hard to keep creating filth.
Tell me about it. And
until you walk out in the street and see these little filthy animals walking around all licked up.
But did you, when you do an album like this, do you do it at many different locations over a period of time?
Yeah.
And put it together?
Yeah, or else the local clubs like in town here.
Right. And what is, let's say, it's 3 CDs, by the way.
Yeah, it's a lot of material.
That's a ton of material.
Yeah, but I repeat a lot of things.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I like to repeat things just in case they didn't get it the first
time. The number 1 and 3 CD are exactly the same, but it's still a 3 CD set, technically.
No, there are certain bits on the album. This is the bonus track CD, right?
Right.
This one. Now, the first CD, which is the double CD, there were certain bits I loved so much that, here, give me this a minute. On this, you have Little House Unplugged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, there's a bit on the first album called Dice Reviews Little House, meaning Little House on the Prairie.
Right.
And it's such a filthy, dirty bit and so funny that there was a night I did it another way, so I gave him the Little House Unplugged.
Right.
With 2 people in the audience.
Right.
See, that's another thing with me. I don't need people. I don't need an audience.
Well,
I never did. I don't believe in them.
You guys have something in common.
Yeah, I don't like people either.
No, I really don't need an audience.
I mean, when you go to a club, but you want to see people come out because you're there, right?
No, I really don't care. As long as I'm performing. Like if you two guys were in the Comedy Store or Laugh Factory sitting there, I would give as much as I would walk off the stage drenched, as long as you guys were having a good time.
Oh, and that's because Drew.
And that's how I put the whole album together.
That's because Drew threw his beer at you.
No, I'm telling you, sir. I would come off that stage, and there were nights over at the Comedy Store. I'd go on stage. There was one particular night. There was 2 people in the audience, and the club manager or something said, "We're going to close the club because unless there's 8 people or more, nobody's." I said, "I want to go on. You know, I have work to do." I was preparing it. By the time I came off, there were more people in the room, maybe 6.
Right.
But I was up there for an hour and a half, and I came off drenched like I did a concert for 5,000 people.
So you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, because I've done a little bit of stand-up. I never enjoyed it, and I always had, my theory was no one really enjoys it, but some people need to do it. I mean, I don't know, almost like working out or something.
When I leave my house every day, I know it's going to be different. People are props.
Right.
You know, it's a constant show, constant theater, wherever I go. If I'm going into the store to buy a pack of cigarettes, it's not, can I get a pack of cigarettes? It's a show.
And it's
it just turns into something.
And it's possible material for that night.
It just turns into something.
Right. Now, if you couldn't be on stage for a year, would you go nuts?
Yeah, I would. Oh. Yeah, I need that outlet.
I wish I
because
had that.
you know, I'm an angry guy in a lot of ways.
All right. I'll buy that. You know what's smart
I think
about...
everybody's got a lot of anger in them, though. And I'm just talking day-to-day anger, you know, just traveling around. Just coming here and not being able to find the friggin' place, I was starting to get very angry.
Yeah. Only lunatics can find this place. The guests can't find it. Crazed fans with...
It's amazing. He's just like he is when I hear him.
With autographs can find the place. It's funny. I don't know what that is. Somehow lunatics have a better sense of direction. Like God took away their sense, but they gave them a compass.
I'm over here now.
All right. What do you want to do?
No, because
We'll take a call.
No, you don't have to. It's your show. Do what makes you happy. I'm just here, to hang with you. You're a doctor, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Good for you.
You know what I was going to say about Andrew?
That's work.
It's very smart.
Dealing with people, you couldn't care less if they live or die, but you got to act nice.
Oh.
Tell me that doesn't take patience.
Oh, you put your thumb in them and you get
I'm teasing. People listening, no, I'm teasing.
Here's the thing
what
about...
What kind of doctor are you?
Internal medicine.
Oh.
You got any problems?
Yeah, lots of them.
You want to take a look?
No.
Okay.
Everything hurts.
He's got appropriate boundaries.
You know what I was going to say about Andrew?
Adam immediately goes right to his rear end.
I went in to look at my ass one time. I was in the neighborhood.
You want to know something? That's where it all stems from.
The problems?
I've gone to that kind of doctor. I can't say how I would say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the glutamus maximus specialist.
Right.
They find everything in there.
Get a prostate check?
What's the gateway to the soul?
It's a lot of laughs. Let me tell you something. You got to think about other things.
All right, we are going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to hear something off of Dice's new CDs, and we're going to take some calls, and we'll do all that after this.
LoveLine, Adam Carolla, and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's LoveLine. We're going to take a quick 10-second top of the hour affiliate station identification. We'll be back with more LoveLine in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
It is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. He's Andrew Dice Clay.
Did you know you could do this with a Binaca bottle?
Pull the top off?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just spilled this all over my face. Face is on fire.
Well,
it's the kind of day I had. I was trying to make a milkshake for my kids tonight. You know, the ice cream doesn't go down. You push it down with something.
Yeah.
Fork got caught in the thing. The whole thing splintered. 1,000 pieces.
You know, I've tried to make about 3 milkshakes in my life, and I always think it's going to be brilliant. It usually sucks, and then each time I think, you know what? These things should cost $40, $50. They really should. I got $35 worth of ice cream and fudge in this thing, and it tastes like crap. I can't figure out how to do it, but one tip I did learn is get them malted. Get the malted powder. Not the chocolate powder, but the malted powder.
It needs to come out of a machine, just like at McDonald's.
All right. Andrew Dice Clay is here. Filth is the name of the 3 CD set. You want to go ahead and sing that number, Andrew?
Which number?
The number they can call to get the CDs.
Oh, the number I sang before?
Yeah.
I made that up, but I could do it all right.
1-800-714.
800-711-4499. I said 800-711-4499. It falls apart the second time
There's a
around.
bonus track on the CD, which is Andrew singing the number, by the way. Also, you can get it over the internet at www.dicemanrules.com. And again, Dice Man Rules, one word. We're going to hear something off of that. I think we'll take a phone call, and then we'll hear something off it. All right, that sounds
perfect.
good. Where do you want to go?
Stacy.
Stacy?
Hey, Adam. Hey, Drew.
Hey, Stacy.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello, how are you this evening?
Good.
You're 19. What's going on?
Yes, I have a slight problem where I'm really interested in this guy who, through another friend, has put his interest through me. But the only problem is that his 2 younger brothers are also interested in me. And I just am totally confused on how to go about, dealing with this.
You're interested in a guy, and his younger brothers like you, too.
And the middle one is the one that I met first.
And you say one of your friends is interested in the guy, too?
No.
No, okay.
Look,
No,
you're
that's how I met
19.
him.
Pick the 3 of them off and move on with your life. You got a whole life in front of you.
Pretty solid.
No.
Which one do you like the most?
The oldest.
All right, why don't you just go out with him?
But that's the problem. The middle one is the one that I met first, and he's the loudest, and he's kind of telling his brother to back off, and his brother, I don't know, whether it's loyalty to his brother or whatever, kind of is confused on what to do.
Listen, if
this guy were into it,
if his brother likes you,
he's going out.
He's going out with you.
Yeah, no matter what.
Absolutely. You know, we deal with this all the time. People with their excuses where she said she just needs some time. She wants to find
I think she
herself.
just wants to tease the 3 of them.
She says there's 1,000 answers you get when it comes to going out. But the bottom line is if someone wants to go out with someone, they go out with them.
Exactly, and he'll tell his brothers to, back off.
He would step
but she
over their
don't care.
corpses.
She wants to walk around the house in a little G-string and tease the 3 of them. This is why they all like her. That's what goes on in life.
Especially your younger brothers. Could you imagine your younger
How old's-
brothers dictating this?
Look, sister, how old's the youngest?
18.
He's 18. Come on. There's no stopping a guy like that.
And how
without his hands.
How old's the oldest?
21.
All right, and you're 19.
Yeah.
All right, go out with the oldest.
The one you're attracted to. But if he's making excuses...
He's not. No. He's
How
not
old's the
making
oldest?
excuses. 21.
Right.
Uh-huh.
He's not making excuses?
No, he's completely into it. But the middle kid is starting trouble. He'll tell his brother to go pick up something and then turn around and start talking to me. And I
Pick
tell
up
him,
something? Like what? Pick up what?
can you go
Like
get
his
me?
socks? What kind of conversation you going to have in between him picking up his socks?
No.
Oh, you mean pick up something like at, a pizza
Six-pack.
place or something?
Yeah.
I think you're making this whole story up.
No, I'm totally.
Stacy, the guy likes you, the 21-year-old, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Then
tell him
don't
to
worry
tell
about
his
it.
brother, tell him to yank on his brother's leash a little bit and rein him in.
Yeah.
All right?
Do you have any attraction towards the other brothers at all?
No, the only problem is that the middle one and I kind of
Hit it off a little. That's all right.
Yeah,
Is that
it's-
what you're saying?
one time though, and it was not anything important.
You had sex.
No.
What'd you do?
We just made out a little
Oh, you made out of it. Oh, that's nothing.
Why'd you make out with him when you liked the older guy?
because it was.
Because you were a little lick it up and sloppy and walking around, and you egged the guy on, right?
No, I didn't.
Well, why'd you make out with him then if you liked the older one?
It wasn't really a conscious decision.
What do you mean?
It's
You
one of those
were
things-
unconscious?
It just happened.
Don't play games with me,
Listen.
honey. See, this is why I always have. I hang up on.
Listen, when I was 19, all women had their faculties.
You know,
no one ever did anything they didn't want to do or
Around you.
anything I didn't talk them into.
Exactly. If I'm going with a girl, be a slob for me.
Yeah.
Don't be a slob for the whole family. Be a slob for me.
Oh, yes.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
Don't show everybody else what's under your pants.
But there's something more going on with Stacy. Something, and you were kind of picking up on it, though. She was into sort of having all three
She
of the
was
guys
into
there.
it, and she's only 19 years old, and that disgusts me.
But
You know, 19 years old, and look what they're doing already.
But there's something.
And
up
you
with
wonder why you got to wear a rubber today.
Whenever just things just happen, that sort of says a tremendous amount about a person.
That's why guys are walking around and their pants are just full of venereal warts.
Athena.
Sleeping with the whole family. It's disgusting.
Athena's 13. I don't know if this is a good idea. Athena?
I'll behave, believe me.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just
13 and she's up at midnight?
Oh, who knows? Where are you calling from?
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Then she is.
I saw you guys on the Hollywood Squares. Were you guys okay up there?
Were we okay?
Yeah, were you guys okay up there? Like, 'cause you like looking all extra, like, why nobody picking me?
Yeah. They stuffed us both into the same box. It was humiliating. It was really like they're conducting some sort of experiment in pride.
But they succeeded in putting us in the least accessed box.
If I swear to God, if there could have been a 10th box in the green room, they would have put us in that goddamn box. I swear to God, they put us in the box that no one ever asked. My grandmother said, "Yeah, I saw you on Hollywood Squares." I said, "How was it?" So you didn't say anything. Well, I think you'd said something, but it was unsolicited. She said, like I yelled something out in the middle of someone else's answer or something. Yeah, it was pretty pathetic. But the food was good, and they gave us a bathrobe and a CD player. Athena?
Yeah?
What's your question?
My boyfriend, like, he talks about me and he calls me fat and he hits me.
That's nice.
Is there a dog breathing into the phone there?
No, that's just me. I breathe her. I have a cold.
Oh, she's scratching on something.
What are you doing? You doodling?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to get some ink in that quill of yours.
Stop seeing the guy and call the cops. Let's go to the next call.
Yeah, Dice is right? How old is the guy?
You don't ever let a guy hit you.
13.
He's 13 and he's hitting you.
You don't ever let a guy hit you.
Did your dad ever hit you?
Put him in juvenile hall for 25
No.
years.
Who hit you growing up?
No. My mother whooped me.
She whooped you.
My mother did, but
All right.
my father was never
All right.
around.
But Athena, you understand that no big people should never hit little people. Boys should never hit girls. It's the fact that you were beaten as a child that leads you to believe this kind of thing is okay. Dice is right. You call the police and get this guy taken away. This is not somebody who loves you. This is a
He
disturbing.
always says sorry.
Sorry when he calls you fat and hits you?
Yeah.
There is no sorry when somebody hits you.
Yeah, listen, Athena.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, you're 13 years old.
Yeah.
Do not go down this road.
Your mom
don't
should
get
not,
started with
It was not
guys
right
like
for your
this.
mom to hit you. It disturbs how you think about your relationships, and it causes you to pick guys like this and to think that their behavior is okay. It's not okay.
All right.
Okay.
Don't get.
be around guys like this.
Go lesbian before you go with guys like this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Who else is on the line?
My little sister probably picked up the phone.
Your little sister. How old is she?
8.
All right, keep an eye on her. Because if mom's whooping her, she's going to get hooked up with this guy's younger brother.
Or him.
Athena?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, don't get involved with this. Don't go this way. You know, I wish we talked to so many screwed up girls on this show, and I feel more for them because they end up getting knocked up, and the guy leaves, and they have a bunch of kids, and then
You're talking about kids, though.
Then I got to pay for it.
Talking about kids having kids.
Right, yeah. I'm sure her dad's not around, and I'm sure the same thing happened to her mom. Someone beat on her, now she's beating on Athena. But they're just like, we talk to them sometimes when they're right at the crossroads. They're going out with some guy, he's too old for them, he's abusive, he's this and he's that.
Pressuring her into sex.
Yeah, by the time you're 19 and you've had 5 of these guys, that's it. That's it. You're just a statistic. But at 13, if you could muster the strength and the courage to say, hey, I don't go for this. This is not the way my life's going to go. Get out of here. I don't want to see you again. If I see you around the house, I'm calling the cops. It could be such a breakthrough. And I hope Athena has the strength and the courage to do that.
One more question, then the CD.
Okay. All right. We have someone out of puberty here, Drew? Mike.
Hey, what's up, Adam? What's up, Drew?
You're 23.
Hey, Andrew, how are you?
No, I'm good.
I had a couple questions. I'm a big fan of yours. I saw you back when you did the Metallica and Guns N' Roses show out at the Rose Bowl.
Uh-huh.
That was a good one. Right. And I wanted to ask you about your career and how much of is the Dice Man, is that a character? And because I know for a while you did that. You did a sitcom or something where you weren't, Andrew Dice Clay. You were Andrew Clay.
That was a part I had to play.
Right.
That was a whole network thing. But when I perform, that's my performance style.
Right. Are you married?
Why? You want to meet her?
No, I'm just wondering. I mean, because obviously, I mean, you don't wear the leather jacket and do the bada bing, Jack and Jill.
Yeah, I do.
He's not too far from that. I mean, in real life, he looks like himself.
I mean, I don't walk around the house going Jack and Jill,
Hey, but
I'm me.
Nursery rhymes later?
What happened?
Will you do a couple nursery rhymes later? Any
No.
ones that can go out on the radio.
There are none that could go out on the radio. That's why you're a fan.
All right.
All right, Mike.
Take it easy, guys.
Okay. All right, you want to hear something off the CD?
Actually, this guy that you're going to be hearing talks about that concert. You could just play it.
Doesn't need to be set up?
This was a guy that was I was supposed to play this place on the East Coast, and he kept calling there, and they started recording him because they wanted to, catch him.
Mm-hmm.
So we just put it on the album.
All right, and this is the beginning of Filth?
Yeah, this is the first track.
And
the only call.
Here it is.
Good afternoon, how may I help you?
Hi, this is Clef MacGyver again, and I still haven't done it. I'd like to order those Dice Clay tickets. Can someone please help me? I'm getting a little frustrated with this matter.
Oh, okay. Sorry, our phones haven't been really working that greatly, so.
Okay, what I want is 2 tickets.
Okay,
Now,
what day would you like? Wednesday,
The show
Friday?
is Wednesday night, correct?
Yes, we have a Wednesday night, we have a Friday night, and a Saturday night.
Okay, what I would like the tickets for is Wednesday night. The reason why I'm picking Wednesday night is because I don't have a busy day at work on Thursdays. And if I were to work Thursday, I wouldn't be able to get up for Fridays. What I'm going to do is work all day Wednesday, go to the show Wednesday night, not really have to worry about getting up early to go to work on Thursday.
Okay,
If I would have to go to work on Thursday, then what I would have to do then is worry about getting up early and going to work on Friday. If I don't finish a job on Friday, that means it pushes me up to Saturday, and I got to work Saturday. I don't finish Saturday, we go into Sunday. So what I think the best thing to do here is for me to go to the Wednesday night show.
Okay, and would you like dinner?
Would I like dinner?
Would you like dinner with the show? Or
Well, I was going to kind of get McDonald's on my way down. I'm going to put my tickets on a credit card. You guys do take credit cards, right?
Yes.
Hey, I couldn't believe it. American Express turned me down for a card. MasterCard turns me down for a card. Visa gives me the card. They give me a card with a $45 credit limit. These other companies turn me down. Visa picks me up. I don't understand this. But anyway, I have a Visa card. It's not gold. It's not platinum. It's just a regular Visa card, which actually I'm pretty happy about because the interest rate on that card was about 2% lower than the other cards. The American Express, I'd have to pay back all at once. The MasterCard, I think they wanted 4.9%, and the Visa was, I think it was 12.2%. So my best bet there was to go with the Visa card. So what I will be doing is putting the Visa, my tickets on the Visa card. Okay, so what tickets do you have available?
Okay, we have for Wednesday.
You have for Wednesday. Okay,
Yes,
I would like
we do.
to do
November
tickets for
25th.
Wednesday.
Okay, and you want
where I would like to sit is up in the front. If I can
Okay,
sit
well, the
up
only
in
way,
the front,
excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. The only way you can sit up front, which I could promise you that, is to have dinner here, because the dining area does get priority seating.
Okay, because if I
promise
can sit up in the front, then maybe Mr. Clay, notice me. He'll start to make fun of me. He'll insult me. He'll say things about me, because I am his biggest fan. I saw him in Madison Square Garden. I saw him when he was in the Meadowlands. I traveled.
Okay, hon. Well, what I could do is, if you have dinner, I can.
The Rose Bowl with Guns N' Roses out in L.A. I went out there. I didn't even stay with Guns N' Roses. Dice came on. He did his act. After Dice was over, I left. I mean, I like Guns N' Roses, and I think they're a great band. I think Axl Rose is a great guy. But I really went to see Dice Clay. So I've seen him all over the country.
Okay.
Okay, so can I get my seats up front?
Hold on. Sir, the seating's on a first come, first served basis.
First come, first served basis. Okay, so if I get down there early enough and I'm first online, they'll put me up front?
You will be...
Well, because, if I do sit up front, I can help
You're
him
not
with the
going to be
poems.
front...
I know all his
You're
poems.
not going to be front middle. You'll be front left or front right.
For Christmas, he has a new album coming out?
Sir.
For Christmas, yeah, he does. He has a new album coming out.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Well, it's wonderful. I got a bootleg copy of it. I know all the new poems. I know all the new material. I know everything. Everything. Do you know what the biggest word on the album is?
Okay, would you like
to... Whack big! That's the biggest word on the album. I have a copy of this.
Is your name Cliff?
What's that?
Cliff?
Yes, that's my name, Cliff MacGyver.
You can't call here and harass the girls. We're trying to help you.
No, I'm trying. I would like 2 tickets. I'm not trying to harass anybody.
Well,
I would like 2 tickets to see Mr. Clay.
Number one, you're not being very businesslike. You're not being very clever.
Why over me! I am getting upset! I want 2 tickets!
Wow. How many tickets did he want?
That guy calls our show every night. What version of that calls every night?
Did you ever meet this guy?
No.
And I'm sure he's aware. I mean, here's the thing that's funny. You were recording him, but he had no way of knowing that.
Is that true?
No. What
He had no
happened
idea.
is the club was trying to track this guy because he made a bunch of calls there, and he just didn't stop. You know, he was just out of his mind. So I said, well, great material for the album.
But
there are people like that out there. I got
the
news for
point
you.
is when you listen to it, it seems like he was recording
His deal, his
It's
gig.
his. It's
Yeah.
like you got the cassette from him, and it was a goof, you
Right.
know?
And it was the perfect opening.
Oh, my
When we
God.
put this together, I said, you know what, throw the guy on there.
Now, the guy...
I'll put anything on it.
If he's as big a fan as he says he is, he's probably got the 3 CD set, right?
Well, that's what he said.
And he must have heard
He
this.
probably came to one of the shows that I recorded.
Uh-huh.
You know, because
But
a lot of
he
people,
must
you know,
be
that's a
aware
bootleg.
But he must be aware he's on this 3D set.
I don't
if he's
know.
a huge fan.
Well, he has. Yeah, I mean, he has to be, right? But you haven't heard anything.
No.
Oh, my God.
He'll show up here.
He's gonna
He'll find his
freak-
way.
He'll be very excited
He'll find
about
this
it.
studio tonight.
What city was that in?
Where was it? Do you know? Chicago?
Jersey. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But there, I mean, people that is a makes it clearer the kind of problems we have in interacting with our callers. That's the quality of lack of communication.
People,
we
you
get
know,
all the time.
I meet fans like that though.
That
It's
is,
crazy.
let me give a quick plug, by the way. That is the beginning of the first CD. It is a 3 CD set. It's called Filth. You can get over the internet at www.dicemanrules.com, or you can call this number. Andrew, you want to sing it?
800-711-4499.
But again, it illustrates a point we made a million times: is if the world seems to be treating you a certain way, it's because of how you're treating the world.
Right.
You know, I mean, his perception is, hey, these people are hassling me.
Right.
You always talk over
This
me.
guy.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah. He's
Well, he
telling,
wasn't getting his demands filled.
He's telling his buddies over beer that night, what a
you wouldn't
bitch
believe, yeah.
this chick
I don't
down
know
at the
if this
theater
guy has
is.
buddies.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they probably. Well, he may have a few, but they probably have their own internal monologue going too.
But he certainly has a whole construct in his head about what the man's done to him.
Here's the sad part:
right?
he may not have buddies, but I bet he's got a couple kids. Oh yeah, James.
Even James got upset with that.
Wait, James?
James, are you there?
James is asleep.
Well, it says he can't
I
sleep.
understand, but we managed to put him to sleep. I think
His question is, he can't sleep. James.
Maybe James is really
There he
clef.
is.
What are you doing, James?
I'm just trying to get a hold of you guys.
All right, well, start responding when we call your fake radio name out, would you?
Sorry about
Idiots. People call the show and they forget their name.
The name they made up.
What do you say? You call there's something that's really funny. People call the show, they don't want to use their regular name. So, you know, Andrew says, tells phone screener Sherry, my name's Bruce. So then we go, you know, they spend an hour on hold, and then we go, Bruce, and they just sit there. They think they're listening to the radio. They forgot that they use that as their radio name. So one time we got a guy, and his name, I think it was Michael. And I said, Michael, and he went, oh, yeah? And I said, that's not your real name, is it? And he goes, yeah, it is. And I said, what do people call you? They call you Mikey, Mike, or Michael? And he goes, Mike. And I go, okay.
Michael.
And I go, Michael, how do you spell Michael? And he went, don't worry about it. And I was like, at least be prepared to spell the name, everybody, or certainly to respond to it. James.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with you?
I apologize about the pause.
That's all right.
Some kind of a delay or something like that.
What's
going
up, James? What's up?
Well, I've been having problems sleeping for about 2 years now, and I don't know if it's on your prompter or not, but about 2 years ago, I stopped using certain drugs that I was using for my attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Stopped using medicines.
Right, I stopped using them because they really weren't working at all, and I got my problems under control. I really don't have any problems like that anymore. What I do have as a problem now is that I can't sleep very well at night usually, and for some strange reason, I've found that when I listen to your show, I can sleep better at night.
Well, we're happy to be part of your therapy here. But
is that usually when Drew drones on about
sure.
His medical practice?
Of course.
That puts you right out. I start to nod off too sometimes.
I'm aware of that. But
just yank on it.
Well,
can't you masturbate?
That is the ultimate sleeping pill.
Well, it doesn't make you tired. It's just there's nothing left to do when you're awake.
It makes me
know what
tired.
I mean? No, see, it doesn't make me tired, but I just go, hey, what am I going to do now?
Most guys, it raises...
No, you got it. That's what you got to do. Believe me. Forget about pills. Forget about any kind of, aphrodisiacal thing. You got to, just use your hands.
And most guys that does
because it's like aerobics. You know what I mean?
Well, it raises serotonin levels afterwards, and that induces sleep. That's why guys go sleep. Women don't get that so much. Serotonin. But women actually get a little charged up. They get different chemicals. And they're ready to go.
I know.
They're ready to go
figure that out.
They want to talk.
Well, that's why they could keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, just all you need to know. I mean, if you were trying to explain this to some different being, some alien that landed on this planet, if men and women should live together for 40 years, here's all you'd have to do is, look, one of the species, after sex, wants to drink beer and fall asleep. The other wants to cuddle and talk.
I never understood the whole cuddle thing to start with.
Well, that's what they want. You got to do it.
I don't get that.
What don't you get?
Well, it's not afterwards, the cuddling. It's when they just want to cuddle.
Oh, yeah.
You ever get that?
Yes.
You ever get that? Can't we just cuddle tonight?
You both look pained by that.
Cuddle what?
Yeah.
Cuddle what?
Well,
I just spent $150 on a cow's ass for you to eat, and you want me to cuddle?
Guys can't cuddle without getting a boner anyway. How long can a guy cuddle a naked woman without getting an erection?
Depends what she looks like.
But eventually...
If you ever went with a chick called Calfe Schwaberg or Livestock or Whale Hamster, these are nicknames for girls I've dated. Banana Nose Lynn, Side of Beef Bernstein, you don't pop a thing.
Now, for James,
you know what I mean?
Just one last word with James. We got to go to
Yeah.
break, and that is that he said he handled his problems. And ADD, ADHD is a biological state of being. It's not something you handle. You may learn to manage your biology better, but he's having some biological problems, it sounds like. And as an adult, they do change a little bit, and the medication that he might be using might be different. You got to get it reevaluated.
Okay.
James, forget about what the doctor said. It's all between your legs. It's up to you now. You could be asleep in 5 minutes.
When we come back, we will talk to Sherry. Sherry's 23. Her friend is breastfeeding and smoking pot at the same time.
Give me the other boob.
We'll yell at them. Yeah, the other boob becomes a bong at that point, doesn't it, Drew? All right, we'll be back.
I feel so liquidy. Really? Why? You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline will be right back.
Hi, this is Adam Paskowitz and my brother Josh.
What's up, baby?
We're from The Flys, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
All right. Huh? Hey, the gang's all here. The Culver City's finest is showing up. We'll give Drew an escort back to Pasadena tonight when he leaves the show. Andrew got a little nervous, but that's all right. This show's a friend of the fuzz. We want to bring back the fuzz, by the way, guys. We got the cops in here. Drew and I were asking what happened to the fuzz. Remember when people say, look out for the fuzz, or here comes the fuzz? And then it got completely dropped.
Yeah.
Cops have hung around. What are the other ones? Pigs? They don't use those anymore. The man? What, they got any bad nicknames? What do you guys hate? You know what I mean? Like each group has
What do they hate? One time?
One time?
What does that mean?
They use that on the street. Really? They call cops one time? That doesn't sound bad. You know, it's funny. Each group, whether you're gay or Jewish or black, you got a million handles. But there's one that you hate, which is always weird to me. You know what I mean? And
what do you mean?
No, what I mean is like, I don't think you cops mind cops, and you probably don't mind fuzz, but you don't like one time.
Well, cops is like the normal.
Yeah, well,
that's not like a derogatory. put down.
Now, wait a minute, introduce these guys. These are the guys that pulled Adam from the Flys over earlier today.
Right.
These are they.
I just didn't want to use them over the air.
But explain why we have the police standing here in the studio.
Oh,
People that
okay.
weren't listening earlier.
Adam from The Flys called in, said he got pulled over on the way to LoveLine tonight, but not on the way to LoveLine, just on the way to the Westwood One studios. The cops were very understanding when they found out he was who he was, and they were fans of the show. They just let each other off. Well, actually, the cops let Adam off. He didn't let them go anywhere. But the point is he called in and explained that earlier tonight. Then we were talking about it at the beginning of the show when he called in, and lo and behold, hour and a half later, the cops show up. Isn't that just how it works? You put their name out, and an hour and a half later, they show up. All right.
Can you be at least kind to our friends while they're standing in the studio? Come on.
The older I get, the more I like cops. I really do. And I feel, with the amount of taxes I pay each year, and I know, Andrew, you probably feel this way, I want my own cop. I really do. There's nothing that makes me sicker than these cops spending all their time showing up to domestic disputes.
I never have problems with law enforcement.
His whole demeanor's changed.
He spells the law with an R, by the way. But here's my feeling, and I wonder if you guys could implement this. I'm speaking to the police officers when I say this. I know it's never going to make it to the books, but you guys have your, you do your own. Uh-oh, someone's calling in now. You got your own breed of justice that you take to the streets. There's what the book says, and there's what you do. Here's my take. When you show up at the same house for like the third domestic dispute call in, let's say, 6-month period, you put a bullet in everybody. We don't got time for this. I'm getting sodomized at the ATM,
I would have
and you're
to
breaking
agree
up.
with that.
You're breaking up this fight. Chick threw a curler at a guy, and you're over there. Meanwhile, I'm getting gang raped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want the cops showing up, breaking up married couples. I understand once in a while the guy gets loaded and he throws a beer can at the old lady, and you got to show up. But when it's the third or fourth time, you just put everyone down. That's it.
I would have to agree with you on that.
You guys should have silencers, too. Believe me, when I'm in power, you're going to have silencers. You leave them off, but when it comes to, there's certain things you do. We call it cleanup detail. Screw the silencer on, and that's how you know you're screwed, by the way, when you get pulled over and you see the guy screwing the silencer on the piece. These guys, Andrew, I was talking about at the beginning of the show, these guys, ever since this North Hollywood shootout, that's my hometown, by the way. I don't know, you must have seen this on the news.
Yes,
where those
I did.
Guys fired 700,000 rounds in the community. And then the one guy's mom sued for brutality. That's what I love, by the way. But ever since this big shootout, the cops said we need weapons, too. So they got the automatic weapons. So these guys got not only sidearms, they got shotguns, they got automatic weapons, and I'm hearing that the new car's got a grenade launcher.
I have in my house.
In there. All right, we're gonna. Do you guys wear vests now all the time? Yeah. Yeah, bulletproof vests. Is it? That's standard.
Everything's bulletproof.
No, nothing's
bullet resistant.
Bullet resistant. It'll slow it down. Yeah.
Stop some stuff.
And but they've done a good job with these things now. I mean, you guys look great. They're very becoming. I think they do vertical stripes on them so the guys look more slender. But I mean, but they don't have a flap that hangs down and covers the groin, do they? No. See, that's all. You know what I'd do if they gave me the bulletproof one? I'd stuff the whole thing in my shorts. I wouldn't even put it on. I'd just shove it right down in my pants.
You would do that.
Yeah, protect the groin.
Yeah, it's a smart move.
Where'd you rather get shot, in the shoulder or the nuts?
The head might hurt.
Well, that's true.
It's expendable.
All right.
For some guys.
All right, what do we want to do? Take a call?
Yeah.
Sherry.
Yep.
You're 23.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Well, my friend just had a baby and she started smoking pot again, but she's breastfeeding now.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to roll on this one? I think we traced. I think we traced the call.
Trace it.
Where are you calling from?
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
That's a long drive.
Nice.
No, she's lying.
Yeah.
So your friend's smoking weed and she's breastfeeding.
Yeah.
So why would that concern you?
Well, what's going to happen to the kid?
Don't worry about the kid. Worry about you.
Myself.
What is going to happen to the kid, Drew?
You have any kids?
No, I don't.
All right, so why don't you mind your business?
Why don't you mind your business?
Why don't you mind yours? Worry about you, not your friend. Squealing on her with her big boobs. Those big fleshy sacks of meat.
Shut up.
Could have a good time with that.
Hey, you ought to be a counselor,
Why is
Andrew.
she so nasty to me? I didn't say nothing.
Sherry,
Yeah.
Don't mind Andrew.
I don't.
Okay.
She likes me. I appeal to her.
How many kids? How many kids does
You
your
built
friend
it
have?
all? I think she's a little maybe apprehensive because maybe her breasts aren't as big as her friends.
Oh, yeah.
Are they?
Tough guy.
Are they?
Dude, I'm not in call to talk to you.
Okay. All right. Listen.
You called to take off your panties.
Listen. It's turned to a domestic.
Come on, I
squabble.
didn't mean nothing by that.
Cops are going to put the
She's
sign.
a hot chick. She's looking to have a good time. She's using you as an excuse to get to me. Just like that other one that messes with the guy's brothers.
13-year-old?
No, not the 13-year-old, stupid.
Sherry.
Marijuana definitely in the breast milk, definitely deleterious for the child.
What?
Your friend's got severe problems if she can't even contain her use in the face of potential damage of the child.
Does everything you ingest go into the breast milk?
Everything fat soluble does.
He's a very serious person.
So what about
I'm probably
booze?
diced
Is
aside.
booze fat soluble?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know how much. But I bet it is. Yeah.
You mean everything could come out through the breast?
A lot of stuff can. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like if
potential
you get a
there.
flu.
Oh yeah.
You'd give the kid the flu?
Yeah.
Really?
It's people.
What if you have AIDS?
That was a concern. That was how the babies were getting AIDS.
Really?
Is it true?
No, probably not.
Okay, but you can smoke weed if you got AIDS. Hell, what do you care? Sherry.
Yep.
Why don't you tell her to knock it off?
I will.
Okay. And
Just the fact that Sherry knows about this is what's bothering me.
Well, I know she breastfeeds. And
You live alone?
Dude, leave me alone.
Drew, how long does it take? If you smoked pot...
Come over, bang on your door, have a couple laughs, throw a few back.
If you smoke pot, would it come through your breast a week later?
If you smoked all the time, it could.
All right. Hey, Sherry?
Yep.
Just tell her to lay lower. She's going to turn her kid into a retard.
Okay.
All right?
There you go.
That kid will get a little woozy.
God knows what my mom was sucking on when I was sucking on her.
Well, that would explain a lot.
I don't believe in that.
You don't?
No.
You don't believe in breastfeeding?
Nah, it's stupid. Not with all the cows you got out there.
Yeah, but you know, I said for the kid to get under the cow,
Yeah,
could
but,
get
but,
stepped
but
on.
picture if your mother's like a Linda Tripp. You already got the cow.
So you're saying the trauma?
You know what I mean? You know what? If you got to be sucking on something, at least you should have the choice of whose breast. You know, not some ugly fat slob. You know, a hot-looking chick from the Tropicana or something. You know, something like that. Nice.
Suck a little saline out of there.
You know what I mean? You know, these ugly chicks are looking for their jollies. That's why they have the kids do it. What happened to homogenized? That's what I say. You know what I mean? And the breasts have fat in them. You know what I mean? You could buy the milk now that's skin-free.
Hey, speaking of milk, I just want to bring something up for a second. It just jumped in my head. Andrew.
Even the policemen are nodding like he makes a point.
You're just scaring them. That's why they're nodding. Listen, Andrew, you're old enough to remember powdered milk. You remember this craze? Remember everyone thought they were going to save a nickel with
I don't
the powdered
believe in
milk?
powder.
I don't either. But the point is for some reason, I must have been right in the sweet spot of powdered milk. I don't think people make powdered milk anymore. But when I was a kid, everybody was getting into this powdered milk.
Or evaporated milk.
You know, what you can do is you can save yourself a nickel a week by making this powdered milk.
It's stupid, but
It's
most
the worst
people are
tasting
also.
crap in the world. Well, my take is, hey, if you can't afford a gallon of milk, don't have the goddamn kids.
Exactly. Let the foreigners have the friggin' powdered milk.
That's right.
Give it to all these guys off the boat. Here's all the milk you can handle. Good for you.
Nicole,
Yes.
you're 19.
Yep.
What's going on?
Nice.
Well, when I went to a gynecologist, I said my cervix is kind of crooked or
It's
something.
almost like getting a new toy.
Yeah. Maybe just laying on your side.
What's you calling about?
Her cervix is crooked, she said.
A cervix?
Are you gonna listen to me?
We got
Is that sensitive? You got a sensitive cervix?
I don't know.
Tell
I gotta
Andrew,
get in there.
Tell Andrew what the cervix is.
Get your thing out.
I don't have that
And
thing.
What's a
Here,
cervix?
Ann's getting
You're
it.
a
I'll show you
doctor.
a
You
second.
should know.
We have diagrams. We can get it for you in a second.
Oh my god.
Diagram. I don't want to see no cervix.
All right, so your
I
cervix.
know two things: the top and the bottom.
Well, this is sort of the inside, the bottom. Nicole,
Really?
Yes.
the cervix is crooked.
How do you know?
Oh my gosh.
And Nicole, I bet you told it was tilted, right?
Something.
Tilted, yeah.
Yeah.
And like whenever I have sex, like I get like a whole bunch of air up there,
Right.
and I was wondering if that's normal or what.
It's going to show Andrew the cervix.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Nice.
when a gynecologist is giving you a pap smear and falls over, that's a bad sign.
You know what you got to do? I'm seeing what a crooked cervix is.
Right here.
You got to find a guy with a crooked penis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's all fixed.
No, he told you it was tilted. I mean, that you just sort of flips in a different direction, and it's nothing to do with the air getting into the vagina, which is a whole different thing. And air getting into the vagina is a normal thing. I mean, most women get that.
How will the tilted cervix affect a woman?
Not at all, probably.
Not at all.
Maybe some pain for various times a month in your
Well,
course.
how do you prevent air going in there?
Air?
Yeah, air?
What do you mean air?
You know, when you're having sex, like when you're plunging the toilet?
Yeah.
And it makes that sound?
Who did that?
I think
You guys
Engineer
are
Mike did that.
disgusting.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You get
okay, I get
air
it.
caught up in there?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with her cervix?
Nothing.
She thinks it's connected. But
It's
this
not.
is another problem.
19-year-old. Slow down a little, honey. You know what I mean?
Nicole?
Slow down. Too many guys.
No, it is true. Just slow down. When you have the fast sex, that's where when you get the air. It's like when you eat too fast, you get gas. You
How
swallow
many
too
men
much.
have you slept with in your life?
How many men?
Yeah.
Probably 3.
3. You see what you're doing already? You're 19 years old. You got to work it in slow.
Oh,
you know, it's like a new car.
Listen.
You don't want to. You don't want to get right on the freeway. You know what I mean? You want to drive in the street a little, break it in, nice.
Nicole.
Get the wheels rotated a few times, and you take it out on the freeway. You open it up, nice.
Nicole,
Yes.
you got
You
one.
say, good for you. Look what you're doing now.
You got one man.
Well, actually, I don't have any man anymore.
But does the air get in there in every position? Because sometimes it's only in certain positions.
I don't know. I haven't tried every position.
Okay.
Oh, 3 guys. You had to do something, honey.
That's 3 guys at once or 3 guys total?
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going at once.
All right, look.
Nicole,
You're a nice girl.
Slow down and don't
I'll call
worry
you.
about it. Listen, that fart sound, guys don't mind. It's a sound of progress. They like that sound. They do. Here's the problem with the sound.
Progress. What kind of progress?
It's like when you shout in a valley and you hear your voice back. It's the
Yeah, you
equivalent
guys
to
slow-
that.
Are you a big girl? You a little girl? How tall are you?
Nicole,
Yeah.
you big?
Not that big.
Okay.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5", 120 pounds.
All right.
That's perfect.
All right,
Perfect.
just get on the treadmill.
Oh, please, that's perfect.
No,
You're gonna give
what
her
I'm
complex.
saying is, just to keep it
Tone up.
Liquefied, whatever.
Andrew, you know what I'm
I'm
that
good like that. I know a lot about sex. You don't got to tell me nothing.
you know that sound. And the problem is when people have sex, they get real serious. They get their game face on. And then when the big
I
fart,
like the game face.
when the big fart comes flying out, it sort of breaks everyone's concentration. It's like if you're playing a chess
Normally
match
I'm alone.
and some guy ripped
I
a
wouldn't
fart.
know about it.
You cup your hand
Because
right.
if I'm
you
not
get it.
masturbating, I'm most probably sleeping.
Oh, you guys are
Yeah.
separated at birth.
We're brethren.
My God.
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand that guy to call. I can't sleep. Can't sleep.
Yeah, we get together. If we live together, we could take shifts. I'll sleep. You whack off. All right? All
Whack
right.
bag. Whack bag. Everybody whack the bag.
All right. Andrew Dice Clay is here, as if
for me.
you didn't know that. He's got himself a CD out. It's called
Put
Phil.
another broad on the phone. I love helping people.
Well, we got to take a little break.
Oh, really?
Then we'll come back with the bronze.
Do what you got to do.
This is LoveLine. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, it's LoveLine. Andrew Dice Clay is our guest tonight. Filth is the name of his latest CD. You can get that over the internet by punching up www.dicemanrules.com. Andrew's taking a leak or something, but I guess he's coming back into the studio. You can also pick up the CDs by calling 1-800-711-4499. Hey, let's say, Lance, talk to the cops. Fire a shot off. Let Andrew know that the show started up. I mean, into the ceiling. Not into Mike or anything.
I just want to take this one call before Dice gets back here. This is one that
What is
I've
it?
kept from him for a while. Holly,
Hello,
what's going on there?
Dr. Drew?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah.
I've been in therapy for about 6 years. I've been doing really, really good.
I'm sorry. My friggin' wife made pea soup. Had nothing to eat.
Hello?
I'm
Go
listening.
ahead.
I'm listening. Keep
you
going.
better go fast, Ollie.
I've been doing really
You
good
know?
and everything, diagnosed with depression and anxiety.
Yeah, yeah.
and I've started cutting on myself. This is something that I did when I was like 15, but I quit for a couple of years.
Got it.
Now I'm doing it again.
Got it. How long have you been in therapy?
Excuse me?
How long have you been in therapy for?
It's 6 years. About 1 year, I only went like every 3 months because I was doing really well.
Is something happening now?
No, that's what I don't understand.
No relationship, anything like that?
You're back cutting on yourself again?
Yeah.
Are you getting into something in therapy that's painful or feels out of control?
No, I can't think of anything.
Are you an addict?
No.
No, you got to get back into therapy.
I am.
What does your therapist say about this?
See, that's what it's kind of irritating. She's like, well, not many people really know why people do this.
That's true. There's a lot of theories about it, but nobody knows for sure. And it usually just means that there is some overwhelming stress or some overwhelming feelings that you can't manage, and it's a way of sort of releasing it or getting some relief. It's a very primitive, regressive behavior. It's obviously something you haven't done for a long time. It means something, but it's hard to know what it means. I mean, my guess, addicts do this as a way of sort of activating the reward systems. People who have been cutters do this when they're extra depressed or have a lot of stress in their life, a relationship, fear of loss, or something in therapy that's starting to come up that you're not able to handle it, you may not be aware of yet.
Yeah, I haven't brought this up in a while, but I believe as humans evolve, and we keep evolving physically, just like any other animal, we're going to have a part that's put on us just af with. You know what I mean? Just to tattoo, just to pierce, just to cut on, just to mutilate, just to put beads under. Don't you think, Drew? I think if people just keep going this way, there'll be some...
Why don't we just start doing that to the appendix?
It's like
they can't get to it.
It's like the baby toe.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no need for that.
Right.
Like if somebody took that little toe from you, you'd be like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the toe when you're out at the pool, you're always looking
The one you kick.
Going, I don't need this. And that's the toe that digs into the other toe. You ever notice that it's turned towards the other
Crosses
toe?
over.
Yeah.
And the minute the nail gets lit, it just starts digging in and digging in.
Oh, you see my grandma's. Hers goes all the way across.
You know what I mean?
And I don't mean just on that foot. It goes to the other foot.
I'm telling you, that's the toe that you get sciatica trying to cut the nail.
Yeah.
Put you in a chiropractor's bed for 20 years.
Yeah, it's really
That's that toe. Good for that toe. You ever notice that?
Yeah, Andrew, I was thinking of more of like a third lobe, somewhere like on your
What do you mean, a
sternum.
third lobe?
Hey,
like an earlobe?
Yeah, something that's sort of
How about
fleshy.
a third testicle?
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to cut on that or tattoo
I'm not
on that.
talking about cut. I'm talking as a reserve.
I'm saying I think there should be another
A
part
third
of the human
penis.
body. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to
third?
tattoo it, pierce it,
Yeah.
or cut it. The
You have two?
second one's in his ass.
Don't you? Everybody's got two. That's like silly.
Zach,
Hey, how you doing?
what's
I got
going
two
on?
penises. Nobody believes me.
You're 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My girl and I have been going out for about 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's going really well.
All right, so what's the problem?
We're both in the military, and I leave in March. I get stationed at a different place.
I could see how that game happens.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Anyway, we've been talking about like what we're gonna do, like in the future. We just talked about that a little bit tonight.
I tell you something, Joey. You know what you're going to be doing. You're out in the middle of the desert somewhere. Some chick walks over with with
Yeah.
like them kerchiefs on. Bingo, you're in.
You're going to be catching ping pong balls.
No, he's really in love. So
Catching ping pong balls.
Do you ever play
That's
like
what
the
goes
game
on
with
in
her?
the military. They go to Thailand. They catch the ping pong balls. The chicks shoot out of their crotch.
Does she ever walk in like in the outfit and like, play like the dominating sergeant or something? You ever do that?
No,
All right,
we haven't.
I'm only kidding. This is an actual problem you want to talk about?
No.
Oh, okay. I bet there's not even a chick.
Well,
I bet you just wanted to get on the radio.
No, I didn't want to. I just wanted some straight advice.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're going to help you then.
Well, I'm a complete moron, so talk to the other
You guys
person.
are. You're moving. All right. Don't give them Surus.
I know. I'm teasing.
Yeah,
I know
why
they
would
don't
you even
speak
say that to me?
Yiddish in the
because
military.
I'm trying to make him feel good. He's in the military. I try to lighten things up. I mean, you don't owe her nothing.
Listen.
Yeah.
Dice, the guy's got a gun. Now leave him alone.
Oh, you're right.
Zach.
Yeah.
You guys are moving apart. You want to know how to? Can't you put in once you get married? Don't they have something to facilitate that in the military?
He's not married. He's only dating her.
3 months.
Oh, it's
3 months.
He's dating her. It's new love. You know
right.
what happens
This
for
is
the
like
first
going
6
away-
months when you're with a new chick.
It's like going away to college.
You never see her with her pants
Right.
on.
6 months into it, you can't wait till they go away. But 3 months.
How long you guys
you're
been
into
3
it.
months, they're in there.
How long are you apart?
That's when you sweat.
Zach?
You know what I mean?
What?
How long would we be apart?
Well, see, we're both studying for two different things. She'd be gone, I'd say, probably about a year and a half.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A year and a half.
Is there any way to station nearby? No way.
Hey, Gus,
No,
listen
no.
to me now.
We'd be on the other side of the world.
Oh, I don't know about this. I think you got to make... at your young age especially, I think it's important you follow your career, both of you. And
what career? They major in gook killing. They're not doing
What are you
Stop
studying?
that.
What are you
You
studying?
see, and they call me a bad person.
What are you
It's
studying,
late.
Zach?
International language studies.
And how about your girlfriend?
Same thing.
Okay.
Different languages.
All right, international language. Come on, they're
So
studying
learn the
some-
language over
Can't-
there. There are plenty of broads walking around.
Is there
this, that, and the
any
other
way
thing.
for either one of you, since you're studying, you're both linguists, can't you put yourself in to transfer or go with or go to, or is there any facility for that?
Well, it's hard as hell. I mean, where the needs are, that's where they put you. And
I think this relationship may just be one of those that occurs the wrong time in your
Yeah,
life.
he's going to have to learn the hard way like everybody does.
I suspect, but you try to get on with your life in the meantime and reconvene somewhere. Don't try to keep it going because it'll be impossible.
What? They're in love. Why don't you get married, and that way you could get shipped out to the same place?
Well, one thing, I don't
months,
want to be a statistic where I'm from, and another thing is that like I said, it's really hard to get stationed together even if you're married, because I know people who have been married and then they get stationed totally far apart, and then they don't talk. They talk with each other and stuff, but they don't see each other for like a year, 2 years.
Listen,
man.
Gus, you're 23 years
Zach.
old. Listen to me, Gus, okay?
You got to buy someone a carton of cigarettes or
Gus,
something.
you
I
want me
mean,
to lay
gotta-
out your life because you're 23 years old? You want to know what happens, Gus? You fall in love at 23. I'm sure she's a very pretty woman, right? She's very pretty. You're in love. You're infatuated with her. Now you get married to this chick, right? Now they send you to some third world friggin' country. In the meantime, she's pregnant, right? Now you got the kid. But now there's a problem because you never get to see her. Now you come home and the neighbor's been banging her, right? So now you're divorced, Gus. By the time you're 24 or 25, you're divorced with kids that don't even know who you are, and they're calling the stranger daddy, right? And you're going to pay support for the next 18 years. And every time you come to, they're not even going to know who you are. Is that what you want for you?
That's one scenario.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
happens when you're young and you fall in love and you have kids,
All right.
and then you got to travel like a traveling salesman.
Okay.
And she
gotta
goes,
go.
well, you weren't around. You didn't understand.
Andrew.
And you show up at their wedding, and they look at you like you're the stepdad. Sorry, that don't hold water with me.
I hate to break up the rant, but we got to go to break.
It's
Zach,
always a break when I got an opinion.
start writing letters.
You
What's
got
your-
an opinion, there's no problem.
That's true.
I'm trying to help this guy, Gus. He defends the country of the United States of America.
Oh, please. He's learning to speak Korean.
Oh, really?
All right. We'll be
All right,
back.
Good for him.
Oh yeah, everybody now. Loveline will be right back.
All right. Andrew's either doing cocaine or he has a spastic bladder because he was just in the bathroom 10 minutes ago. We're out of show. I want to thank Andrew Dice Clay for coming in here. I want to thank Culver City's Finest for coming in here and protecting the show. Go out and get the new CD Filth. You can get it over the internet, or you can get it by calling the 800 number. 800-711-4499. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying... Huh?
Say good night.
All right, don't screw up when
Go.
I'm going. All right, mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station longer.